Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I pay for everything with my credit cards. Yet I have no credit card debt, and when it comes to paying my credit card at the end of each month, I pay actually less than was charged to my credit card. I want to break this first statement into three parts. First part, I pay for everything with my credit cards. Yes, that's true. I do that for cashback. But it doesn't mean that I buy whatever I want. I still buy only what I need or what I can afford. So when it comes to paying for everything with your credit card, self-discipline is a key factor for not overspending. Second part of my first statement, I have no credit card debt. So since I already, as I mentioned before, since I only buy what I actually need or what I know I can afford, I'm able to pay my credit card in full at the end of each month, which is really important, because even if you get 5% cash back, but you pay 20% on your card balances, it's not going to be that noticeable. It's still great to get cash back because it will reduce your balance a little bit, but it's not going to be that noticeable. And for me, it's very important, because basically you lose money if you get 5% cash back but you pay 20% on your card balances. You lose money, so there's no point. The third part of my statement, I pay back less than I actually spend. So that's how cashback works. At the end of each month, let's say my statement was $600, but because I had $30 cash back, I applied towards the balance and I pay $570 instead. So many credit cards have cash back, but most of them have only 1%. Today I want to talk about the cards that I use. And I made this chart behind me. I'll go over that. So first, I divided all my cards into three categories. The cards that I use every day, those three that are on this board. And then I also will talk about store credit cards and a little bit about travel cards. So everyday cards: Discover, Chase Freedom Flex, and PayPal credit card. Discover normally pays only 1%. Maybe pencil would be better. But each quarter it has 5% cash back categories. For example, January through March, it was restaurants, drugstores, and drugstores. Now, April through June, gas stations, electric vehicle charging, home improvement, public transportation. So, and the only downside, I guess I have to mention, you have to activate that before each quarter starts, but because they send email to remind you, so it's pretty easy. And Discover credit cashback is really easy to use. At the end of each statement, when you go to pay your monthly statement, you just put a check mark. You opting, you opt to use your cashback, the full amount. You just type the amount over there, and it will just reduce the amount you're supposed to pay. Next card that I use all the time as well, Chase Freedom Flex. That's the one I have. It pays normally as same as Discover, 1%. But actually, if you want to open Chase, now they have new one, Chase Freedom Unlimited. That one pays normally 1.5%. So if you want to open Chase, open this instead. So also Chase is a little bit, I guess, tiny bit better than Discover, in the sense that they have always 3% for pharmacy and restaurants, regarding of those quarterly 5%. And they also give you 5% always for travel, but only for purchases that made through Chase Travel. So, and same as Discover, each quarter it has 5%. Like January through March, it was grocery stores, gyms, spa services. Now we have through June, Amazon, restaurants, hotels. They didn't announce the next category yet. But again, same with Discover, they will send you a reminder email. You can activate. With Chase, it's not maybe that to use cashback for Chase, it's not as straightforward as it is with Discover. With Chase, when you go, like I usually go to my statement a few days before I have to pay it. And I go to rewards, and then you scroll down and you have two options, either to send it back to your credit card, which will reduce your statement balance, or you can send it to your checking or saving account if you have one with Chase. Why I do that a few days before? Just because sometimes it takes 1 or 2 days for them to reduce balance. For example, if I go a few days before my statement is due and I see $600, but my cashback is 20, I click that I want to use send it back to my credit card. So next day or day maybe after that, I will see that the remaining balance is only 580. So that's what I'm gonna pay. So that's Chase. And the third card that I use all the time, PayPal credit card. This one normally pays 2%, but it doesn't have any 5% categories. The only time when you can actually increase to 3% if you attach your PayPal credit card as a main source of payment in your PayPal account. So basically, like PayPal credit card and PayPal is not it's not the same. You have to apply for credit card. But when you do get your PayPal credit card, it's gonna be in the same web page. You will see PayPal account amount if you have money over there, and next you will see PayPal credit card. So when it comes to using this cashback, there's only option. You can, whatever cashback you accumulated during the months on your PayPal credit card, you can send to PayPal account, and it's done in seconds. So you can keep it over there, and or for your online purchases, or you can send it to a bank account for free. So basically, like when you use physical PayPal credit card at this anywhere, you get 2%. If you attach it to your PayPal account for your online purchases, that's when you get your 3%. Now I want to mention a few points that actually kind of common for all these credit cards that I use. So first, it's sort of about PayPal. Discover and Chase sometimes have PayPal in their 5% quarterly categories. So what happens for those 3 months, what I do, instead of PayPal credit card for online purchases to get 3%, I attach either Discover or Chase, depending on which one gives me 5% cash back, as a main source of payment into my PayPal account for those 3 months. Of course, I mean, and I do recommend that as well. I write that down because sometimes, if I'm attaching, let's say from April to June, I will make a note for myself in my planner that beginning July, I need to switch back to PayPal credit card to start getting 3% on my online purchases again. Because if I forget and I keep Discover over there, after those 3 months gone, I will get only 1% cash back if I buy something online and pay with PayPal. So that's one thing. Second, none of these cards have annual fee. Third, all these cards, and I mean any other credit cards for this matter, they have additional intro bonus for new customers. For example, Discover matches the cashback that you accumulated during the first year. So I remember when I opened Discover, I made 200 plus during my first year. Of course, I was using it every month when I was paying my credit card, but whatever amount was, let's say 240. So at the end of each first year, Discover gave me another 240 to match that amount. Chase, what Chase does, they have additional 1.5% for the first year. So let's say you're getting 5% on Amazon this month, but you will get, actually, if it's your first year with Chase, you'll get 6.5%. So that's another point. Number 4, some credit cards, and some actually debit cards as well, they have additional offers with cashback. For those offers, you kind of have to go into your account and look for them and activate. Usually it will be either under like rewards or offers, something. Like for example, I'm going to stop by at Dunkin' Donut Today I went to my Chase credit card and I looked through those cashback offers, and I see that they have Dunkin' Donuts 10% cashback. I mean, if I would just go, if I didn't activate that, I would still get 5% cashback because it's a restaurant. But if I activate that offer, I get actually 10% cashback. So those offers usually have expiration date. Like for example, this Dunkin' Donuts will expire at the end of June. So again, if I use, it's not often that I use all those offers because usually they offer cashback to the places I never go. But if I do activate something again in my planner, I just put the last day of that offer so I wouldn't forget. So the bottom line, to maximize your cashback, you would have to do some planning and thinking ahead of time. And let's say, I would even recommend, wait a second, I have like a whiteboard over here. Like a small board, right? What I would do, now it's May. So let's say I need to go to grocery this month. I need to get some gas. Sorry, I was going to do that up before the video, but I forgot. And let's say I need pharmacy. And let's say I need what else? Restaurant. So this board you can attach to the, if it's magnetic like this one, you can attach to the to your fridge. And not just, don't do May, just put, for example, usually the category is like for the quarter, so you can put April through June. And so you just go through categories. Okay, grocery. This quarter, grocery is not in 5% category. So who gives me the most? PayPal credit card. So for grocery, I put PayPal with 2%. Gas is in Discover. So obviously for gas, I will use Discover for 5%. Pharmacy, again, it's not in 5% categories this time, but Chase gives me 3% all the time. So I would do Chase for this one, 3%. Restaurant, again, Chase gives me 5% this quarter. So I'll do Chase for 5%. So in this kind of board, you can attach again to the fridge, and you would remember, because now I don't do that anymore. I already have this habit. But if you, if it's something new for you to maximize cashback, that would work really good. So let's go to store credit cards. I didn't do any boards for that. I just want to mention them. Before, I was sort of a shopaholic. I would have lots of store credit cards. Now I don't do that because, so first of all, too many accounts will hurt your credit score. And if your credit history is not too good to begin with, if you go to each store and open credit card and they will deny, again, it will be really bad for your credit. So don't do that. Plus, I think if you don't use those store credit cards, they just expire or something after a while. I mean, all credit cards expire, but the bank credit cards, they usually will send you a new one. Store credit cards, I don't think they do that. Because, for example, now I have only two. TJ Maxx, why have it? Because it's a really, it's nice brand, good quality clothing with a huge discount. And for TJ Maxx credit card, which works in some other stores, I don't use them. Home Goods, I think, something else maybe. After every $200 you spend, you get $10 certificate. Since I don't really shop that often nowadays, so it takes a while for me to get that, but when I get it, it's a nice bonus, right? And another credit card which I opened recently, I did have it years ago, but again, it was expired. It's for a trio, Old Navy, Gap, and Banana Republic. Again, I like their quality. And what I did, I opened this spring, but what I did, I waited for a good offer from a credit card and of a good selection at the store. So, because again, it's not like I need something. So I just waited. So there were some dresses and some other stuff that I really enjoyed. So I opened at that time. So on first purchase, when I opened it at Old Navy, I got 30% off for my entire purchase over there. And then within the first month, you can have 2 more purchases with 20% off. And for those, you can go anywhere, Old Navy, Gap, or Banana Republic. And then as a card holder, after that, you just get 10% additional off on whatever sale they have. So basically, as an advice for the store credit cards, just open ones that you're actually gonna use and wait for a good deal. So now hotel, airlines, and other credit cards that give you miles and other points. So those credit cards are very special, and I would recommend to have them only when you travel a lot, because miles and points do expire. Different, could be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, depending on the card, but they do expire. And pretty much all of them, the good ones, all have annual fee. Maybe some of them, like very expensive ones, do not expire. I don't know, I never had those. So my family, we have a dog, we don't travel, we don't really fly currently. We just travel by car within the United States. And I have 2 credit cards for that. I have hotel.com and I have windhamhotels.com. Why do I have them? Just because I was already a loyalty member on those 2 websites for booking hotels. So when you use the credit card on top of that, you get additional perks and additional discounts. So it just made sense. But those 2 cards are very far from being the best. So it's, if at some point in my life I travel more, I would do probably IHG, Hilton, Marriott. I would look into those cards because I know that they are much better. So what else about this travel cards? So basically, yes, when it comes to opening, again, depends on your situation. Now I do not open good ones because it just doesn't make sense for me. But if you're planning to travel, compare those cards and see which one gives you the best benefits, you know, depending on your situation. Okay, so another thing, what I do with my hotel.com, I use it for my, if we like, I mean not now, but if sometimes we fly somewhere, and we did fly at some point because somebody could watch my dog. Otherwise, we can't really fly anywhere. And we had to rent a car over there. I use my hotel.com credit card because it has coverage for rental cars. Of course, agencies would tell you otherwise. They would tell you that you have to buy coverage, but you don't really have to, because if you have your own insurance for your car that you left at home and you have coverage on your credit card, usually it's enough. I think now, I don't know. I mean, when I was renting last time, I didn't feel any pressure from the agency, because nowadays I think many people know that and many people use that. So almost done. As I mentioned before, so the most, it has the most sense to use how to say that? Cashback has the most sense if you pay your card balance in full at the end of each month and you don't have credit card debt. So, and there I have 2 pieces of advice over here for, so obviously pay your credit card, pay your debt off. It will improve your credit history, and you will start getting better offers for credit cards. So in second, I mean, it's kind of part of the same, really, not 2 pieces of advice, just the same advice. So you pay your credit card debt off, you improve your credit history, and you start getting better offers, including those with 0% APR. So those cards, if you do get an offer like that, and you do have debt, definitely use it because it's worth it. And I will explain. So basically, like, I checked the latest offers from the credit cards. Now they have 0% APR up to 21 months. So it's almost 2 years interest free. Of course, 21 months could be for people with great credit score. But even if you get 1 year interest free, it's worth it, because let's say you have $5,000 balance on your cards where you pay 20%, and you get this offer and you approved. Yes, they do have fee for balance for transferring some money. It's usually 3%, like during the first months, I think, and then they increase to 5. But again, it depends on the card. But let's say you're transferring this $5,000 from other credit cards to this zero APR card with 3% fee. It's gonna be $150 that you pay as a fee, but then you will have the whole year to pay you $5,000 without paying any interest. So definitely worth it. And I guess another second advice I can give you, look into minimizing your expenses. I'm not going to go into expenses right now because I have a different video for that, and I will put the link in the description. Also in this, what I will put in the description is my email, because all these cards, they have what's that called, refer a friend program. You don't have to do it with me. If you have friends that have Discover or Chase or PayPal account, just ask them and they can send you a referral and you both make money, let's say $100 each or something like that. If you do not have anyone, feel free to email me. I will send you that request and we both get money. So that's how it works, and I'll see you next time. Bye.